Alright. It's backwards. Alright, hold on. Let me just see if we are up. One moment. Hello to everyone who may or may not be here. I don't have the stream up yet. Okay, here it is. Oh wow, 69 people now. Oh wow, we got a whole bunch of people. Alright. Hold on, let me just test the audio. Oh wow, we got a whole bunch of people. Alright. Hold on, let me just... Alright, is everything looking good? It seems good on my end. I know last time I had some connectivity issues. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. This is my face, in case you didn't know, which I'm guessing most of you don't. Alright, great. So yeah, I just felt like just talking to you guys, because I've noticed a lot of questions coming in and I haven't been able to answer all of them, because, I mean, there's just so many. But yeah, just feel free to ask anything about any of the work I do, and yeah, I'll try to get to as many as I can. Hold on, it seems like the face of the old man is my grandfather. So, everyone else is CG, but that was live action. Well, let me just adjust the... There we go. That looks better. Alright. Yeah, so the first thing I should address is that I think most likely the last video I did might be my last Attack on Titan video for a while. Because one, I didn't particularly love the ending of the manga. I mean, it was fine. I don't despise it like a lot of people do, but I thought it was just enough that made me sort of lose overall interest with the series. But I definitely enjoy the more, the earlier parts in the series, or I guess they weren't really that early, but the whole battle for Shinganshina, or I forget exactly what the name of it is, but the one that I just covered in the last video is probably my favorite part of the series, so I at least wanted to try to animate that in some way before I moved on from Attack on Titan. But I feel like Attack on Titan, at least until the anime resumes in, I believe it's coming out January 2022. I may be wrong about that, but that's when I think it's coming back. I might bring some stuff back up then, but generally the Attack on Titan views are down, and while I do this stuff for the sake of art, I need to make sure, I'm spending like a month plus on each video, so I need to make sure that it's like, I'll get enough views for it to make sure it's justifiable. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, stuff with 3D characters, oh god. Character modeling is not for me at all, if you couldn't tell. I was using Character Creator 3 to generate the people, and it worked, I think. Yelena took a lot of work to get right, mainly with the suit, which was surprisingly difficult to get rigged. But, yeah, cinematography and directing are my favorite things to do. Really, I don't have any desire to be a visual effects artist once I get out of high school and everything. Directing is my ultimate goal, but I'll have to see what I can't just jump straight to being a director. Oh, thank you for the donation. Alright. Well, I first became a fan of Attack on Titan, like, back in, I would have to say, like, 16, probably 2016. But I only watched the anime, and then I picked up the manga a bit, and then read all the way until, I think, I forget the name of the arc, but the declaration of war and that whole battle, and then I sort of, being like, I think I was like 12 at the time, no. Yeah, I was like 11 at the time, so I didn't have the greatest attention span, so I sort of stopped paying attention to it, and then once Season 4 came back, I decided to catch up on the manga and reread everything. So that's really it. In case, yeah, for people asking, I'm 15. Oh yeah, the sandwich video. Yeah, that is a classic. That is a classic. All right. But next, so I might get to this in a minute. Yeah, animations mainly involving characters, I'm not really gonna do because like I said a moment ago, character animation and modeling is probably my weakest point when it comes to video creation. Ideally, I only like working with live action actors, but since I don't exactly have a whole crew here, I have to work with what I'm given. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing next, actually, hold on, if you wait 1 second. Let me just check something here. Alright, sorry about that. Is the audio still good? Just need to make sure the audio is working correctly. Alright. Yeah, so the next project that I'm going to be working on will not be anything related to any anime. I have been working on it for a fair bit of time now. I can't really give too many details as it's still in a work in progress stage, but it's going to be a feature-length film, which I have been spending, like 2 years on now, writing and all the pre-production, and shooting will likely begin later this year, and I can't say exactly how I'll do it, but I hope to release it segmented in the form of like an online web series, but then also have it compile into a full film at the end, which that's like the main thing that I'm putting all of my effort into. So after this, after the most recent video, I'm gonna have to be on a bit of a hiatus for, I don't know how long, but a decent bit of time. Not longer than a year or anything like that, maybe just a few months, but I'll try to maybe give you guys some updates because I definitely don't want to lose the momentum that my channel's been gaining in the past few months. Yeah, so each video takes about a little under a month. I mean, it's hard to say because I'm not spending every day completely on that. And it's definitely easier because doing school from home and everything, due to COVID, I don't really have any obligations to be out anywhere, so I'm able to spend a lot of time after like homework and everything just working on the videos. But generally, it takes, I would say, about anywhere from half a month to a month to make one of the videos of like consistent everyday effort. Yeah, so hold on, one question. Is the music too loud? Yeah, so okay, never mind. There might be a bit of feedback there. I just turned on my phone so I could hear it. Okay. Favorite character? Yelena, easily. Best character. Okay, so animation. I don't actually do, I don't animate the characters. I use pre-made animations from Mixamo, because, like I said, character animation is not for me. I like directing and cinematography and visual effects and pretty much everything other than animating. But yeah. After Effects, though, is where I think most of my work really comes into. If you look at the raw Blender files, with this most recent project, they look alright, but in the previous historical footage ones, they're definitely not as good as you'd think with all the filters on them. But that's fine, because, I mean, it covers it up, and why waste time on things that won't be appreciated? But yeah, After Effects I've been using for about 3 years, I think. Yeah, I've been using it for 3 years. Blender I've been using for about exactly 1 year, I think. And then I compile everything in Premiere, which is just a good industry standard tool. I'm not sure how, I'm not really familiar with the competition to Premiere. I forget all the softwares that you can use, but for me, Premiere works fine. Okay, thoughts on Final Chapter and extra pages. If I'm being honest, I've been working on this video so much I haven't really been paying them much mind. The final chapter, like I said a moment ago, not a huge fan of. I feel like there's... Yeah, I don't hate it as much as some people do, but it's definitely... I didn't love it. It was enough that made me just sort of feel like, what was it all for? So, yeah, it sort of made me lose a bit of motivation to continue with Attack on Titan content, but I'm not... The extra pages, everyone hates them, but I actually really... I mean, I'm personally... it might not be great from a writing standpoint, I don't know yet, but I really liked seeing all the... I really liked seeing, like, modern day, like, our time of Paradise Island, even if it was just for, like, a single panel. And I liked the idea that seemed to be... that Isayama was trying to do. I'm guessing his idea is that Aaron's head, I guess, still had the parasite in it somehow, and it turned into some sort of... It, like, grew underground like a seed and caused the tree to be... Like, I'm guessing the original tree is sort of created as part of the alien structure, because I'm going to assume this life form might have been alien. I don't know. It seems like that might be what he's trying to imply. And I'm guessing the tree was sort of created so then a host would wander in. Like, it's all part of the life cycle of this parasite, and I really find that fascinating. But I haven't been paying a ton of attention to it. Okay. Yeah, and to everyone asking, I'm sorry, I can't do a full-length Attack on Titan movie. Yeah, that's absurd amount of work, and I wouldn't even, like, if you notice, there's not a single dialogue scene or anything in my stuff. One, because I try to keep it language neutral, because a lot of my audience does not speak English, if you haven't noticed, but, yeah, oh, God, how do you pronounce it? The ending 3, I think, Yuguri no Tori, God, I probably butchered that, I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely my favorite ending from the series, probably evident by my first Attack on Titan historical footage video. Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely I don't want to do anything other than create films, or videos, or anything of the visual medium. Film is my ultimate goal, being a director. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, there's literally nothing else I want to do more than that. Like, I can't even imagine an alternate ending to my life. So yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get there. Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure about film school yet. I'm looking into it right now. I still have a little over... Yeah, like a year or two before I have to really... well, I guess I have to make the decision within a year, probably, but... Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm looking into it. Yeah, I've never read Berserk. So, I'm not sure. I'm not going to be doing any anime-themed videos for a little while, because in case there's any new viewers, I'm going to be working on a personal project, which I hope will take me further as an actual cinematic director rather than a YouTuber, because I need to sort of balance my YouTube videos and, like, my film festival portfolio and all that. So, I'm going to move forward on that a bit. Yeah, but considering all this content I've made, which is based on an anime and manga, I have to say I'm not, this might disappoint some of you, I'm not really a huge anime manga fan. I'm familiar with a lot of it, but generally I don't like something just because it's an anime. I just thought the story of Attack on Titan was compelling, and regardless of the medium it was in, live action or whatever, I felt like the story was worth enjoying. So that's how I look at it. Favorite movie genre is... Yeah, I'm not sure actually what my favorite movie genre is. I definitely love sci-fi, like hard sci-fi. Definitely not a fan of science fantasy. I'm not sure... I feel like a lot of the films I like don't fall into a single genre. but generally speaking, I love stuff that is in the sci-fi realm. Oh, well, I'm happy you think I did well on the hair animations, because that was... Geez, that was hell to animate. My favorite movie is Nightcrawler, 2014. I've watched it, like, what, 4 times now? Parasite, 2020, is also up there. And then The Truman Show. So those are probably my 3 favorite movies. I don't know... Okay, because you keep asking. I don't plan on... generally, I don't love animating stuff. I just do it now with Attack on Titan because I can't get together a whole crew, and these sets don't exist in real life, so animation is all I really can do. And in general, I only do visual effects, not because it's really what I want to do with my career, but I do it because I don't have anyone to do it for me. And the stories I want to tell with my work can only really come about with the help of visual effects. So that's why I do it. Yeah, so I'm not... The next thing I'm working on won't be animated, it'll be live action with a proper cast. I've got a mildly, not huge studio, but I've got all the assets I need to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope it will be received well. Yeah, I've seen Interstellar. I love the art in it. I don't love the story, and I feel like I'm not alone in that, but the art and the music are both phenomenal. Jeez, I can't talk today. No, Attack on Titan isn't 10 out of 10 for me. I would say I would give it, up until the ending, or the Battle of Heaven and Earth section, I would say I would give it a... I mean, it's subjective, but I would say I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. After the ending, I mean, of course, you can still enjoy other parts, but I feel like it takes it down to a 7 out of 10 for me. Yes, I'm self-taught with my animation. I mean, through YouTube, of course, but I haven't gone to school for it or anything. Favorite moment in Attack on Titan is either the Yelena Zeppelin... Zeke blowing up the Zeppelins, which I just animated in the last one, or I'm not sure if this was actually in the manga, because I'm not an expert with all this stuff. I've only seen the animated version, but I really loved God, and I can't pronounce the names either. What's her name? Ilse? I'm not sure. The notebook lady. I really loved the Talking Titan, who crouches down and starts talking about Ymir's people or whatever. That was one of my first introductions to the series, way back in 2016. I found that clip on YouTube and watched it, and I don't know, it was just really fascinating to me. So those 2 are probably my 2 favorites. Because I feel like there is a sort of horror that I got from the Titans that sort of fizzled out with the more action that came into the series later at the end, but that initial horror that sort of was present in the first... until the Marley... the Marley reveal had its own sort of horror that was very similar to what you see in the real world, especially with World War II. But I feel like there was a special kind of magic that the first section up until the Marley reveal had, which has sort of been gone since then. It's all good, though. Again, I have not read Berserk. Top 3 animes. Again, because I'm not sure how many people are staying for how long, so I'll just keep repeating myself here and there. I'm not an expert with this stuff. I'm not a huge anime fan. I've only seen a handful. But Attack on Titan, I would have to put that there. Death Note, Devilman Crybaby. I mean, these aren't really in a top 3 order because they're all sort of the same. I like elements of each. Code Geass. I like Code Geass, but I don't love how, I wish it could be more realistic, but of course, that's part of the whole anime thing. Yeah, I like series that keep to reality as much as possible. Oh, Ethan, I am temporarily stopping the Attack on Titan videos now that the anime and manga have both sort of concluded up until the anime comes back next winter. Um, because one, I won't be getting it. Like, it's just not enough of a talking point right now for it to be worth making. And I have another big project, which I don't have a lot of details to give you guys right now, but it's going to be a feature-length film, and I am really excited to get it out to you guys in the next couple of years. So it's going to be it's going to be a big thing. Software, I use Blender and After Effects, and then compile it all in Premiere. Live action series, Breaking Bad, definitely. I think there's just Breaking Bad music playing just a moment ago. Not sure. I also like Devs. I like parts of Devs, which was a fairly obscure series which came out on Hulu last year. Let's see. Yeah, the music to listen to inside Paths. I don't think I'll do another one. I might though. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have as much of an audience, and I know as long as there's some people who enjoy my stuff, it is mostly worth it. But I like to I might make a second channel where I upload more casual content, things that because I like to try to only upload my best work to this channel. Or the stuff I've spent the most time on. So I might make a second channel where because I do a lot of stuff that doesn't make it onto my channel, so be it not high quality enough or just short or whatever. So I might make a second channel and upload that there. Again, for people who are asking, I am 15. Favorite character is Yelena, definitely. Favorite music, electronic. Not dubstep, but I mean, I think you can hear it right in the background right now, but that sort of stuff. There's a whole spectrum to what I like, but generally, if it's made with a synthesizer, it's probably in good favor for me. Yeah, Steins Gate, I've had it recommended before. It's on my list. I am really bad at getting to watching things. I have a huge list of stuff to watch, be it live action or anime. So it's on my list somewhere. Yeah, I'm a sophomore in high school. Yeah, the animations are, I get them from Mixamo, and then just apply them to already rigged characters. Yeah, after, now that I'm mostly done with the Attack on Titan stuff for the time being, I'm going to be, now that I've got this audience, things are going to, if you look at my old content, it's not going to really be like that, because given how much my work changes each month, even, like my stuff is changing constantly, that stuff is probably, now that I know my audience and how much bigger it's become, I'm going to be working to make a much higher level of quality for you guys. So yeah, I'll be going back to making original content in the near future. I've got a big film I'm working on, so that's what I'm trying to put the most work into, and I hope you guys will like it. I can't really say much about it now, though. Dark is actually next on my list. That's the very next thing, which I'm waiting to. That's the next thing I'm waiting to get to. It looks really good. I don't actually have any favorite directors. Alex Garland, I liked Alex Garland. He's only done a small handful of things, though. Yeah, Black Mirror is good. I mean, each episode is kind of a hit or miss, but there's some that are really good. Oh, geez, okay, Colossal Drip. I made it because, I don't know why I made it. I just did. That's my answer. Yeah, I learned it all from YouTube and just fiddling around with the software, but yeah, YouTube is a surprisingly good, or maybe not surprisingly, I feel like a lot of people probably know this now, but you can learn pretty much anything through YouTube. I haven't needed any special courses or anything. Everything I've learned I haven't spent any money on learning material, so PC specs can be a limiting factor, definitely, but even I don't have an insanely great laptop, so I don't really plan out my shots or anything. Yeah, I don't work in the most professional manner. I just throw all the stuff together into one scene in Blender of like whatever I want to make, and then I just put the camera in a cool spot, move it in a cool direction, and then just fiddle with the lighting until it looks good, and then let it render overnight. And throw a bunch of filtering on in After Effects. So yeah, After Effects is where I feel like my stuff really shines. Favorite animal? Any species of gibbon, probably. Yeah, well, I script for like my actual like live action projects, but when it comes to CG stuff like this, I just freestyle it. I find that overthinking some things can, so far underthinking has worked well for me, so I'm just gonna keep doing that until something goes terribly wrong. But with live action projects, yeah, I definitely script all that, and yeah. Favorite Titan? Warhammer. Just, I think we're talking visually here. Favorite games? I don't really play a lot of video games now, but pretty much anything by Valve. Portal 2 is a classic. I think my favorite game of all time is Half-Life Alyx. I haven't ever played anything that's come close. Yeah. Gary's mod is like... Half-Life Alyx doesn't have a lot of replay value, but Gary's mod is endlessly replayable, so I would say they're both probably my favorite in different ways. Let's see. Favorite anime opening? I really love the opening to Devilman Crybaby. That's probably one of my favorites. Let me think. That's a hard one. I'm not sure if I can answer that, because my favorite thing about anime, I personally really don't like the cliches and everything that often comes with it, but the art style is... I'm waiting for an anime to come along, which is like, it feels like a live action series in that it's like following realistic laws of physics and everything, and it works in a realistic way. People don't talk like scripted robots. But the art style, I want to keep the art style, so I'm hoping that something comes along like that. And maybe there already is one, but I haven't encountered one yet. Okay, so to answer again, I don't know how to feel about the extra pages of Attack on Titan. I think at this point, I didn't love the ending, so I'm sort of moving on from Attack on Titan. I'll have to see how it unfolds in the future, because it looks like maybe there'll be a sequel. I haven't been paying enough attention to the news regarding that, but Invincible is also next on my list as well. It's After Dark. Yeah, I felt neutral about the ending of Attack on Titan. It could have been way better, but it wasn't terrible. Yeah, I felt like it was jarring to see the characters act in that way at the very end. Generally, I like endings that leave you with a pit in your stomach, so do with that what you will. But yeah, Attack on Titan didn't quite do that, unfortunately. But I expected that from the beginning. generally series with large amounts of with a large cast of characters like Attack on Titan aren't really my thing. But I enjoyed the world building, so that's really why I stuck with it. Other than Yelena. Yelena is a great character, and I will firmly stand with that stance. Eren was compelling until the end. Yeah, I don't have a specific preferred ending and that's why I'm not really trying to find fault with it, because I haven't thought it out. I don't have a solution. I feel like you would have to rewind a fair bit back, though, to really, back in the story. I don't think you could have just turned everything around in the last chapter. I mean, maybe someone could come up with a miraculous fix, but you would have to go back a little ways away, I think, to really fix it. Okay. I guess I'll just repeat. I'm going to repeat myself with some of these more general questions every now and then for the new people. I use After Effects in Blender, and then compile it all in Premiere for my videos. No, I am not good at drawing. I mean, I'm better than average at environments, but compared to people who actually pursue art as a craft, I'm not that good. Again, I'm going to be taking a bit of a break from Attack on Titan footage in order to pursue personal projects. And I hope to update you guys as soon as I have some progress there. But yeah, Attack on Titan is sort of going on hiatus for now, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I know, I'm not funny. I'm so sorry. God, yeah, I'm lacking of all humor. Yeah, so yeah, if you're looking for comedy, unsubscribe right now. Yeah, I really enjoyed making the historical footage videos, and I would continue making these for, as long as people are demanding them, if I had the time. If I had infinite time, that would just solve all the problems, and I would be making stuff, forever. But I have to be pursuing my own, film career as well at the same time, so I can actually, not be homeless when I get out of high school. Which is unfortunate, but because you guys love these, and I would love to keep it up, but I have to focus on personal projects a little bit as well. Let's see. Mr. Stubby for yeah, Halo. I've never really played it, so I don't have anything to say there. Unfortunately, sorry to disappoint. It seems fine. It's good in my book. I personally prefer the art style of Wit. I think most people generally do. Mappa isn't to blame for any of the issues they've had. The time restrictions and I think they're short-handed with staff. I don't get too into those controversies because generally I prefer the manga anyway. The anime is good and it brings things to life in a way that the manga simply can't, but generally I feel like the horror of the series only really shines through in the manga. So Oh, wait. Oh, I've been... Okay, it's been censoring some messages, so... I guess I've been missing on a lot. Alright. Yeah, oh, yeah, The Caretaker. Yeah, I've listened to all of Everywhere at the End of Time. It's fun stuff. I recommend everyone go do the same. Assuming you are mentally up for it, because it is wearing. It is wearing. Definitely. Again, I am 15, I live in California, and I use Blender and After Effects for my videos. And again, I wish I had the skills to animate character fights, or really anything involving characters who aren't just standing around looking at something, but my skills are not there yet at all, because, boy, character modeling and animation are... it's a special type of hell. Yeah, I originally came up with the idea for the historical footage videos from... What was it? It was is it Ending 3? I believe it's Ending 3, with the song that I can't pronounce the name of. But the eerie one, you all know. The one that I used in historical footage. Igor Notori, or however you pronounce it. Hold on, let me just turn this down a little bit. It's alright. Sorry, I was getting some noise feedback over there. Yeah, so that ending, there's a few little frames in there where it shows, like, realistic images of objects from Attack on Titan, and it's very small little things, but that sort of inspired me to do the whole project. So, without that, you probably wouldn't have historical footage. And what I was doing, actually, when I first came up with the idea, I was just doing homework, and I was doing homework for history, so I was going through a bunch of old, like, World War I, World War II footage, because I was sort of going down a YouTube rabbit hole, kind of procrastinating. But then I was thinking, ooh, I was watching a compilation of footage, and then I decided to put, again, I'm going to mispronounce the name, but Yuguri Notori, in the background, and it just fit really well. And I was thinking, like, hey, what if I just injected a bunch of CG Attack on Titan shots and made it blend in with the rest of the footage? That could actually be a pretty cool idea for a video. So I spent a week. The first one only took a week to make, so that was definitely the fastest video so far. And yeah, and then you probably know the rest. And actually, it only got, like, it capped at like 2,000 views, but then I put out the second version, which was the trimmed down version, just focusing on the rumbling, and then that got a lot more views, and then more people went over to the first one. So the rumbling animated is what launched my channel. I'm not sure what I would be posting on my secondary channel. Just really, anything that doesn't make it to this channel. So I don't know about music stuff. I have a SoundCloud, and I'm not really I wouldn't call myself a musician, but I enjoy scoring stuff on the side for my own films. So I have a whole backlog of, like, cinematic sounding music, which I don't think it would have an audience, because it's not meant to be listened to by itself. So I think I'll just keep that on my SoundCloud, but it's nothing special. But generally, like, any videos that are a little bit less professional than what I would like to put up here, because I only want to put up my best work here, I want to put my best foot forward here. So anything that doesn't make that cut, I would probably put on the second channel. So anything from behind the scenes stuff to just quickly thrown together short films. Okay, recommendation for someone who wants to get into film stuff. From a technical perspective, well, it gets tricky there because with being able to afford everything, because it can get pricey down that rabbit hole. Blender's free, so I feel like the two best pieces of advice I can give, and the first one is a hard one that even everyone does. It's a hard bit of advice to follow, and I think that's probably well known, but you need to really think, how am I providing something to the world by making this? Like, how is this contributing to the general world of art? Because I see a lot of things that are just sort of remakes and remakes and remakes of similar things. So you've got to think how, because of course when you're making something, it feels so much more appealing to you, and you're thinking like, oh, people are gonna love this. But a lot of the time, I mean, maybe you're right, but a lot of the time, I know this is true, you get sort of in your head about it, and because you're the one making it, it feels so much more important to you. But in reality, if you're putting it on YouTube, most people, if it doesn't do something that captivates them up front, and it doesn't hold it, you might get a click and they'll watch for 10 seconds and then leave forever. So it's tricky finding something that will really grab people's attention, but I think I got it here with Attack on Titan. I'm not sure how long I can hold your guys' attention for, but for the time being, I seem to have it, which is lucky. Second bit of advice is, and this is more generally with technical stuff, with visual effects and whatnot, try not to, it's good to be ambitious, and if you want to be ambitious, then go ahead, go for it, it might work great. But I find usually for my videos, I try not to do what I'm not comfortable with. Of course, when you're starting from nothing, you have to sort of go through making not great stuff. But for example, with my hair simulations in the most recent video, I didn't want to do that because I don't feel comfortable with them at all. But there wasn't really a way around it because generally with character models and hair and all that, I am not good at that at all. And hair simulations were really the only way I thought of, other than making just like chunky 3D hair, which would have looked terrible. So I had to do a hair simulation somehow, and it came out, and a lot of people don't notice, and it looks fine, I guess, but it's far from great. So generally, I try to stay away from doing things that I can't do well. And then try to practice those things in private before releasing them. So that's probably my best. Like, don't try to do some crazy VFX thing in a project if you're not really acclimated with visual effects. It's basically the bottom line. Sorry, I've been missing a lot of the stuff in the chat while I'm rambling. Yeah, I mean, I'll of course be improving my animation skills just by doing more stuff in the future, because I don't plan on dropping visual. I consider it all visual effects, because my ultimate goal isn't to make animated films or anything like that. My goal is to make live action stuff, and for the time being, I'm also doing visual effects on the side, because I don't have anyone to do it for me. I'm just one person. Yeah, but ultimately I want to direct, but until then I will be right now I'm writing, directing, editing, doing all the stuff for my work. So as soon as I can find someone to do visual effects, who I can work with in person, that'll probably be a little ways down the road. But yeah, as soon as I can have a team that does that stuff for me, I will happily drop the visual effects. Yeah, each video takes about a month to make, I would say, give or take. Yeah, and again, I think this goes without saying, but thank you guys for all the support you've been giving me on this. It is beyond amazing. Oh yeah, people uploading my stuff to TikTok. That is, it's expected. So I'm not gonna act like it makes sense to me. I'm not really angry about it. I mean, of course, it's frustrating when people like blur out your watermark and put theirs on top of it and don't give credit and all that. But really, I think most of the time it's just them uploading the video with maybe admittedly worse music on top. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few songs that keep getting put on top of these videos, and I just don't understand why they don't fit at all. And maybe some of you are familiar with it, or maybe you're not. But tonally, I don't think it works. Yeah, but generally I think it's alright, because then usually people ask, where did you get this from? Someone says historical footage, and then everyone comes over to my channel on YouTube. So, regardless of if they credit me, it usually works out for getting more views. So, no, not human. Definitely not. I mean, yes, I am. I am a human. Yeah, if I had the time, I would like to make a behind-the-scenes video. Part of me wants to make a behind-the-scenes video. One, I don't work very professionally, and maybe that would be something to, that would be a novelty factor for these behind-the-scenes. Being able to make something without following a strict pipeline. But I don't know. I'm doing most of this stuff when I'm in online class at the same time. I've got my school on the right hand of the screen, and then I've got Blender on the other side. So when I say I'm working unprofessionally, that's what I mean. College, still in the up in the air. I'm trying to figure it out. It's complicated with film school. I would consider making a Discord, but I'm not really active on Discord, so I feel like that would just turn into... I would create a Discord, people would do whatever they want with it, and it would just sort of become detached from anything I have to do with. So I think for now it just isn't really worth it, but maybe in the future, consider it. I'm not in film school, technically, because I'm still in high school, I'm a sophomore. But the high school I'm at has a film program, which I'm a part of, and it's not quite... It's great, but it's not like a huge, prestigious college-level thing, or anything like that. Again, Yelena is the best character in my opinion. Really the only one who I felt resonate with me. Oh yeah, so, if I had an audience for this, I would absolutely love to make a 7-hour war video, but as much as I would love that, I have to... Since I spend so much time on this, I need to make sure that it pays back via views and ad revenue and all that, because time is the yes. I don't know what I was saying there, but I don't have all the time in the world. So generally I would like to make sure whatever I make will pay back via views. And I don't think that would, unfortunately. How long would it take for a noob to do what you do? Well, I mean, I've been doing little film things forever, but with strictly Blender stuff, I've only been working at it for a year now. So, and not even that thoroughly. I haven't taken it that seriously. But After Effects for post-processing, and here's a little secret, I use a lot of tools by Red Giant. You may or may not be familiar with them if you work with visual effects. If you do, you probably are. But if you are eligible, if you're a student of any kind, you can actually apply for a student discount, which gives you everything for free, which is insanely helpful for any aspiring filmmakers out there, who are eligible, of course. Favorite Porter song? Someone must have recognized me from the Porter comment sections. Because I think that's the only place where I've said that I'm a Porter Robinson fan. Oh yeah, what is the music right now? Hold on. Maybe Porter Robinson is playing right now. Oh no, it's Aphex Twin. Never mind. Oh wait, let me set the... There we go. Alright, hold on, let me just check again. I need to regularly check in with the sound. Okay, good, the sound is still working. Okay, what was the question I was on? Oh yeah, Porter Robinson. Fresh Static Snow and Unfold are probably my two favorite songs. Divinity is great too, it's probably up there. Like, there's so many that are almost my favorite, but I would have to say Fresh Static Snow is probably my number one. Okay, hardest part of the most recent video. The Yelena, the big money blimp shot was gonna be I was assuming that was gonna be the hardest one, because I hate explosion. I hate any kind of simulation, really, that isn't a rigid body simulation, or particle simulations, those are fine. But, I was assuming I was gonna have to, like, simulate some giant explosion there, but I was able to sort of fake it with shaders. And just lighting, so that ended up not being too difficult. Hair simulations were not fun. I don't think there was a particular shot that was... Oh, yeah. The hardest shot was probably the shot when Zeke throws all the rocks. It's not the first one where it zooms into him, but the one where it goes over his shoulder and the rocks go, like, flying at the airships. That was probably the hardest shot to get right, with all the trails on the rocks. Well, I would work as a freelancer for now, and I have done some stuff for Nathan Barnett, or Dad, as you probably know him. Some of you have asked why he comments on my videos, or why I'm subscribed to him in the related channels section. I've done work for him in the past, and yeah. So I would do some contract work, but I don't really have the time right now, and I am still in high school, so I don't really have to support myself yet, so... I have FL Studio. I use it... I'm not a musician, and I wouldn't call myself one. I mean, I guess anyone who makes music could technically be called a musician, but I don't feel that label accurately applies to me. I mainly just I learn music so I can make music for my videos. I don't think... The Attack on Titan videos don't have any of my music in them. One of the Paths one does, actually. But, yeah, most of the stuff I make hasn't appeared on my channel. Okay, so I didn't think I was actually that good at sound design. Well, I'm happy to hear someone say something good about it. Yeah, I use sound effects from... What's the name of the site? I use a mix from several different places, but Footage Crate, or I forget it, they have multiple names, but Footage Crate is what I use for a lot of visual effects assets and audio and all that stuff. Some of it isn't great, but with a bit of tweaking and combining it with other things that I just find around the internet, I'm usually able to make it work. No, I don't do mocap yet. I'm not quite there financially. Someday, maybe, that would be awesome, but no, I'm not doing mocap yet. In the future, for people who are new here, or new to the stream, I am working on a feature-length film, which I've been working on for about 2 years now. So that is going to... It's still in the writing pre-production process, but the script is being finished up, or... It's all being revised right now, and the shooting will likely begin later this year, and you guys can expect to see get some insight into that later, either this year or early next year. So it's a bit of a wait, but I hope it'll be worth it, and I'm sure it will. All right. Yeah, so that's what I'm putting all my effort into. Yeah, smoke simulations are not fun. I use Immersion for a lot of it because it speeds stuff up greatly, but still generally Cycles has a hard time rendering. I try to do things as quickly as possible, and I cut a lot of corners, in case you couldn't tell, especially in the historical footage videos, but generally if something would, not a single shot from any of these Attack on Titan videos has taken more than maybe 10 hours to render. Oh, why is the Lost soundtrack playing now? That's not my playlist. Okay, that was weird. Okay, I think I've already said this, but I don't know about what I'm doing for college. Hopefully they've stopped now. Oh yeah, you can't actually delete the starting cube. It's there forever. It's that you need to be like a high-level expert to figure that out. I still to this day I just put it to the side. Nah, I can't do it, man. For now, I'm not planning to animate any other animes because, like I've said, I'm not a huge anime connoisseur. Maybe someday. I don't have a ton of time to just start new projects right now. But in a perfect world, I would be making... I would probably be making stuff for other series. I'm not sure what yet, but... Yeah, I actually, I took down my Patreon because I just don't have enough stuff to give you guys, and, I didn't want to waste your guys' time and money, so I took down the Patreon. No, I animate alone, but like I said, I use Mixamo for the animations, or character animations, so, I take from there, but everything else, I work alone when it comes to the video production. Okay, hold on, we got a spammer. In the past, do you mean the original Paths video? I just added a ton of reverb to. I combined. God, I can't pronounce any of the names of the songs in the series, but there's this one song by Linked Horizon, which I added a bunch of reverb to, and then stacked it on top of a song I made, and then added a ton of reverb to that, and it just sort of blended into a surreal ambiance. Hold on 1 second, I will be right back. 30 seconds. Alright. Okay, we're back. Hey, what is the song in the background right now? Right now it's playing Titan Invasion from the Attack on Titan soundtrack. Yeah, if anyone's wondering what any of the music playing is, I can just go look and let you know. Jeez, I don't know what's up with my hair today. It's not cooperating at all. My animation, they're very short because they take an upwards of like a month to create. Like just rendering a single shot, like any shot really, like let's take one for the Eldian soldiers running, for example. Like that took 6 hours to render, I think. Let alone all the time it takes to set up, and then you've got to combine that with everything else, so it stacks up and ends up taking a lot of time. So yeah, making a full-length movie like a lot of people have suggested isn't really yeah, it's not feasible, unfortunately. Setup, God, I always forget the name of it. Okay, so because I've had computer issues, so I keep having to... I've had to switch between like 3 computers in the past year, so... yeah, so I'm running on a RTX 2060, and what is my CPU? I should know this stuff. I am very sorry. Yeah, I don't have my CPU information available right now. But I am on a MSI... What is it? Creator... let me get the exact name, because they're all so similar. I'm forgetting exactly what version I'm on. Oh yeah, the MSI Creator Prestige 15. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. It's just a laptop. I would turn the camera around, but it's sort of locked in here, and I don't want to mess up the setup. It's a bunch of wires. Yeah, I'm good at making things happen on the computer, but I am by no means an expert when it comes to the technical inner workings of the drivers and everything. Oh, is the mic popping? Okay, you might get a bit of feedback there, but yeah, it sounds fine, more or less, for now. Yeah, I didn't end up doing it, but if I were to add smoke to the Zeppelins crashing, it would have taken probably like a week to get that shot right. Because one, I have barely done any smoke simulations inside of Blender, and Immersion is great, but it's hard to integrate with Blender properly because you have to export everything as a VDB sequence, and it doesn't interact with moving objects. So you just sort of have to create it all there and then export it and hope it lines up with everything in Blender, or at least that's my amateur process. Let's see. Jenga FX. Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I use Immersion. Yeah, of course, don't know why I forgot that they were the ones who made that. Okay. I might read them, like alternate endings. I don't really... I feel like just generally the ending didn't make me angry as much as it just sort of made me lose interest. So if Isayama, with whatever it looks like he might be doing a sequel of some kind, if he does go that route, I will most likely read it, because why not? And then I'll have to judge whether or not I like it then. But as of now, I'm just sort of neutral. I don't hate any of it, but I don't love any of it. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see how it unfolds. The old man is my grandpa. Yeah, he's real. That's the one real thing in any of these videos, other than the old war footage. The only real footage that I've shot. Yeah, I use Premiere for all of the, for putting everything together. I don't do any of the effects in Premiere, but, well, I do color grading, but other than that, everything's done outside of Premiere. Yeah, I listen to, it depends on some chapters I listen to music, some I didn't, but I very much, and the ones that I did, the music has sort of become fused to the scenes for me, so I can't think of them without thinking the music, and I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy that. I have to like pick the right ones though. Oh, the camera movement in the Zeke shot. Do you mean the one where it zooms into him, or the one where he throws the rocks and it follows past him? Because I'd be happy to talk about either of those. And again, Yelena is my favorite character, definitely hands down. There is no debate there. Definitely my favorite. Oh yeah, the zoom-in shot. So what I did was I had a empty placed like right around where Zeke was standing, and then I just parented the camera to it, rotated it a bit, so that's where I got the rotation from, and then the camera, all it did motion-wise was just, I think, it panned and tilted a little bit to keep him in frame, and then it, most of the forwards motion came from just zooming in the focal length. So, I don't think the camera was actually really moving towards him at all. All of the stuff, other than one shot, in the new video was rendered in cycles. Yeah. Eevee is great, but I used Eevee a fair bit in historical footage videos because I could get away with that, with all the filters that would go on top, but yeah, cycles is ideal. I might look into doing render farms in the future for other projects, but for now, I'll just have to deal with the slow wait times. Okay, I'll keep answering these questions because I want to help as many new people as possible. God, I really can't talk today. I don't know why. Probably just because I'm streaming. I use Blender for all, which is a free program in case any of you don't know. I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in this sort of work. I use Blender, and then I export that out into After Effects, add whatever post-processing I need to on top of that. I use a lot of effects from Red Giant, all their suites. Universe is very handy if you're going to get one. That's how I get... They have a filter called Retrograde, which isn't what I use for all the historical footage stuff. Needs a little bit more than Retrograde because it's not the most realistic, but with some tweaking I'm able to get it to work, and that's how I mostly do the historical footage effect. Yeah, I can get why people say that about Yelena. She's definitely different from the other characters. Oh, wait, if you guys just hold on for a second, my phone, which I'm reading everything on, is at 3%, so I just need to move my charger over here so I can keep reading comments. So... just hang tight for a moment, and I will be back in, like, just wait 30 seconds. Actually, it might be a little bit more than 30 seconds, but just stand by. Okay, I'm back. So I can't get the record to reach, but I should hopefully... Okay, I think I just got the chat working up on my computer, so I don't need the phone anymore. I'll have to be looking screen... Is it screen left or right? I don't know. It's mirrored, I think. Okay, what are my thoughts? I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. Audio, I get a mixed from... I get... it's a mix of stuff from Footage Crate, or... They've got a different name for each little segment of their site. I know their footage is Footage Crate, and I think I've got, like, Models Crate or whatever, so... I guess I would assume it's Sound Crate or something, but... Oh no, it's Production Crate. That's their company. Production Crate, yeah, that's where I get a lot of my sounds from. And then I rip sounds from, like, games and stuff like that, that I have, and just throw them together in there. Which isn't professional, of course, but I'm not exactly working professionally yet. Let's see. I wouldn't actually call myself professional in Blender. I think most people working for the amount of time I have might even be better than me. But one thing I should say though, I see a lot of people who try to make it with Blender and CG work make things that they look cool and definitely higher quality than the stuff I make, but I think it's that they don't really give the audience any reason to pay attention. It's just sort of maybe like a cool cube that morphs into like a trapezoid, or just like weird abstract things which look visually appealing, but without any story or context or engagement from the audience, it's not really worth a lot. I just learned through YouTube. Oh, what song is playing? Right now, Sea of Voices RAC Mix by Porter Robinson. Okay. I don't actually have a professional pipeline. I don't really pay enough attention to it. But let me think. How would I go about it normally? Let me think of a specific shot that would be good. Now, I guess a lot work. Generally, I make a ground plane. That's usually like the first thing I do. Texture it, make it look realistic, hide it, and then I get whatever character, whatever I'm going to be, whatever the subject will be, I get that, bring it into... I texture it and make it look all realistic, sculpt it a bit. I don't usually make my models from scratch. I usually take pre-existing ones, be it from Wings of Freedom or whatever, and then just make them look more realistic. And then I export it out as an FBX into Mixamo, and then send it back into Blender with an animation. Move it around, do whatever with that, position the camera, then I build the background, and then I guess it's lighting usually comes somewhere in the middle there, but I don't really have a structured pipeline. Okay. Favorite chapter? Huh. That is a tough one. I'm not I really like The Depths of Despair. I believe that's 134. 134 is good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can't think of how each chapter blends into each other. 1-8, I really like... The best part of the series, it's not one individual chapter, but the whole War for Paradis section is my favorite, up until Aaron gets his head blown off. And actually, with the rumbling starting as well, that's all part of the same thing, I would say. So that's my favorite little segment. The invasion, all the way up to the rumbling starting. Okay. because it keeps getting asked again. I didn't love the ending, but I didn't hate it either. It was just sort of, it was whatever to me. It was underwhelming, but I don't feel that it's not my project, so I don't feel justified in getting upset about it. It is what it is. Okay, the hallucigenia, or I guess it's not actually that, it's just visually based upon it. I think, I'm not even sure if that was confirmed. I know he had a hallucigenia in it later, but that might just be borderline fan service. But it might have been based on it, I'm not sure. Yeah, it just seems like it might be an alien, it might not be an alien, there's never a lot of detail there, but I think a lot of what we see from it is just, I actually really enjoy the parts of the story that focus on it, because it looks like it's all just its life cycle. It gets hosts, it spreads between bodies. I felt like maybe I'm missing things, but I didn't quite get how I felt like the logic got a little bit inconsistent at the end. Like, why would it's... Like, I didn't get how it just let itself die at the end. It just vanished, because Aaron had his plan, apparently, and he was okay with dying, but this parasite clearly had its own... I don't believe it was conscious or anything, but it clearly had the instinct to keep existing, and it had the capabilities to keep living. So I don't really know what caused it to just evaporate, because Aaron was... All the users of Titans are sort of... They are not... I don't believe they are above the parasite. Like, the parasite has ultimate control over that, strength-wise, because that is the Titans. But it might be that it just doesn't have any desire to keep living, which would be odd, because I don't think there's a single creature out there, even in... Yeah, Isayama even had a whole segment at the beginning of 136 talking about how the goal of life is to keep existing and multiplying. So it would feel weird that the parasite just decides to... Yeah, it just vanished off screen, so yeah, wasn't a fan of that. And I'm not happy that everyone was de-Titanized at the end. I felt like everyone who became a Titan should have stayed one, because it just felt underwhelming. Like, what was the point of that whole... It would have been a great moment if everyone, John, Connie, everyone up on Fort Salta, if they all just transformed and it was permanent, and maybe they just dissolved with the Titans when the Titans disappeared. But yeah, I'm not a fan that they transformed back. Yeah, like I've said, yeah, like I said earlier, I like stories that end with like a pit in your stomach. It doesn't feel good, but I feel like all those stories are... They're the most impactful, and I have the most respect for them. Like, generally, the worse you feel at the end of the story is usually, and not from like, oh, that was so lame, but like, God, I really feel bad for this person. That's usually how much I like a story. That's actually a really bad way of putting it. I just really enjoy stories that don't go the way the characters hope at the end. Yeah, I might do on my potential second channel, I'll probably do some behind the scenes stuff. And if, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, @KanePixels, it's the same as here. I use that name for everything, other than Kane Parsons, which is my actual name, which is attached to more professional work. But you won't really find any of that on here. Yeah, I post on my stories whenever I'm working on a shot. I'll like post the wireframes, I'll just regularly take pictures of my process. So if you want some more insight, you can go there. Yeah, yeah, the Parasite isn't the Titans, but the Titans obviously wouldn't be possible without the Parasite. So the Parasite facilitates the Titans at the will of Ymir. But of course, if the Parasite's gone, there would be no Titan. For new people, I am 15. Yeah. I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I'll occasionally play Gary's Mod, and my favorite game is Half-Life Alyx. Okay, guys, in general, let's try to cool it with the spamming. Yeah, I'm happy everyone enjoyed the most recent animation. I thought it was... I didn't think it was my best work. I think visually speaking, with my actual films, of course, they're not going to be in a historical footage style, so I want to work to make my projects a little bit more cinematic, like this one was. So I feel like it's great in that regard. I felt like it came out well in that regard, but I felt like the directing was a little bit weak. I think it was fine, and it looks like people could have ended up liking it, but I guess it was really based on the context of knowing what was happening already. Because if you don't know Attack on Titan, you have no clue what's going on with that, so... yeah, I generally... But I guess that's how it goes with all the Attack on Titan videos I've made. Yeah, I've seen JoJo's. I liked the music, and I liked some of the, there was some interesting art direction things I liked, but overall, the story I found pretty weak. But to each their own. Yeah, if you like it, that's great. Yeah, ultimately, my goal is, I hate character animation, so using actors is what I want to do, but right now, that's just not really a possibility. But going forward with my other projects, which aren't Attack on Titan or anime-based, they're my own original stories and everything, it'll be all live action. I mean, with CG, of course, but it'll be a lot less computer-generated imagery than what you're seeing now, which is all. I think Mappa's use of CGI is, I think I feel how a lot of people feel about it. It doesn't look incredible. It doesn't even look that great, but I think getting angry at Mappa for that is quite immature. And it seems like most people who get worked up about it don't really understand the process behind it. Because I have a feeling I guess there are probably some restrictions, like, it could look better, but there might be some things in place that there's not one person who is dictating how good it can look. So when you've got a large group of people like that working on a team, they're at the whim of production time, costs, all that. So when something doesn't end up looking that good, I don't think it's fair to go after the individual artists. But generally, and yeah, there's a difference between just pure, like, all my stuff is all CGI. But like, if I were to make CGI for the actual series, it would probably get just as much backlash, because generally, I mean, I guess there are some instances where they do blend in different series, but 3D and 2D don't naturally, they clash. So, unless you've got unless you've got a lot of time on your hands to perfect it, it's never going to look super great. Until AI figures it all out, and we won't even have humans on these teams anymore. Alright. What else? Yes, I use Blender. Yeah, the Parasite. Yeah, the Parasite is sort of, I guess, beyond our understanding, or it would be comprehensible if someone actually did research on it. Um, uh, but it doesn't. I was thinking originally until the more recent chapters when it revealed that Ymir created the Titans through the Parasite. I was thinking that the Parasite just sort of got into, like, if a deer fell in there or whatever, you would have had giant deers or whatever. But it looks like it just, I'm not sure what the effect, I don't know how it helps it reproduce, but yeah, because if you wished for something other than Titans, I'm not sure, like, the Titans were the perfect thing to help it reproduce because it got spread from person to person. But if you, I guess it has to be, you have to wish for something bodily then, something based on your autonomy. So, you couldn't just wish for anything. So I guess that would be passed down. Yeah, anything that a living structure can manifest. No one inspired me to animate. I do it so I can create the stories that or I guess with the Attack on Titan stuff, I'm not creating the stories, I am redirecting pre-existing elements. Yeah, but generally, I don't really have any inspirations for animation. Ian Hubert, he's probably the closest thing to that. Yeah, I would say he's an inspiration when it comes to that. After my most recent animation, I'm sorry for the people who have maybe been here the whole time, and I just keep repeating myself, but after my most recent animation, I have been, and I will continue to work on a feature-length film. So that is going to be fun. I can't really give too many details there, but I've been working on it for a while, and shooting will begin later this year, so I am very much excited for that. No, I have not read Berserk, although I've heard good things about it. I've heard and I've seen little glimpses that it is quite grim looking, which I'm all about. Yeah, so the reason why I'm not sharing too much stuff is because the genre and the synopsis are still. Me and the people I'm working with are trying to get it down to the most precise synopsis, and it's sort of muddy right now. We're still working on writing everything, so I'm not. It's definitely sci-fi, but I would say it'd be a sci-fi thriller, but it's not sci-fi as in it's not like taking place in space and there aren't aliens running around, and it's not ray guns. It's like modern day, but it's using. There are things happening in the story that could only be explained via complex science. So I guess you would have to call it science fiction. Yeah. Unfortunately, there will not be a full-length Attack on Titan movie. Well, I don't animate the characters myself, other than like some Titan animations that I can't rig properly. But generally, with human models, I just do the animation in Mixamo. Sorry, I'm missing some of these messages. Yeah, sorry if I'm there's a lot of comments coming in and I tend to ramble, so apologies for everyone who is not getting their questions answered. Yeah, being a film director is my ultimate desire in life, so I don't plan on stopping until I can get to that position. Of course, things happen and I can't. Some things just aren't fully in my control, but I will do everything in my power to get to that place. And again, I'm not really responding to each individual one because I don't really have a lot to say, but I really appreciate all the support from you guys. It is amazing. Never would have expected that from the first video I made. I didn't expect like a 1,000th of what I've gotten from this. It's incredible. Okay. Top 3 scenes from anything. I'll include movies too, because I just will. It's really tough. The crawl space scene in Breaking Bad might be my favorite scene of all time. The car chase in Nightcrawler is also one of my favorites. Yeah, oh wait, is stream getting dark? Hold on 1 second. Just gotta adjust the focus. Let me fix the lighting a bit. Hold on, the lights are starting to die, so... There we go. That should be better. Yeah, I apply the human animations to Titans most of the time. Cart Titan doesn't really follow that, but... Okay. Let's see. Right now I'm using the... Oh, one of the lights just died. Awesome. Okay, I guess I am opening the window then. God, we have to have sunlight. Too much light. What about that? Still a little bit too much. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. Alright. Oh yeah, for cameras. I've been using the Canon 80D for a long time, but recently I invested in from money coming from these videos, so I have you guys to thank for this. I invested in the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, which is awesome. So you'll probably be seeing some from that going forward. Well, I don't, oh, top 5 movies. It's hard to rank them. Number 1 is either Nightcrawler or Parasite. I'll just put those in 1 and 2. Not sure which one's which. Truman Show is up there. Falling Down I really like. What else? There's another one. Ex Machina. Ex Machina, definitely. I feel like I'm forgetting one, which I don't usually do, but yeah, those are the main ones. Hey, yeah. It's, you don't see a lot about... Yeah, I've seen Annihilation. I watched it last weekend, actually. I've been doing a little binge of Alex Garland's, everything he's made. Yeah, I love it from an art, like, concept perspective, but it felt similar to how I feel about a lot of Nolan's films. Very cool concepts, but I didn't feel very invested in the characters in the story. But overall, I would say it's cool. I liked it. I'm sorry to keep stopping. Oh yes, I love cosmic horror. I love it. I'm gonna stop for a moment. I'm gonna go refresh the batteries on these lights, and because the lighting setup is just falling apart now. So just hang tight for maybe another 30 seconds. So, yeah. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully everyone hasn't left yet. Gotta climb over a bunch of wires here. Alright, how's the lighting? Should probably... There we go, that's good, right? Alright, let me bring the chat back up. Oh, and the music's loud. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Favorite song? I feel like it changes so much I can't really say. Oh, my hair, man. Yeah, I don't know what my favorite song is. I don't really have one. I love Porter Robinson. Home is great. The artist. Madeon is great. Aphex Twin. I don't think I have a single song I love the most. Human Sadness by the Voids is... I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely... It's great. Yeah, there's a lot that could contend for my favorite song, but I can't marry it. I can't single it down to one. Extra chapters. I'll answer this again. I think I just need to wait and see how they come out in their full proper context. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it could be bad. It could be compelling. It could go either way right now. I'm not sure. What is the song right now? Oxygen Part 16. John Michael... God, I can't pronounce the last name. Jar. How many? Oh, wow. No. It's gone down a bit, but whatever. I've been going for a while. Jeez, people really want to know how tall I am. I am 5'11", so yeah, mildly tall. Yeah, I considered doing a female Titan animation originally, but again, like I've said before a little while ago, I don't have a lot of time right now to dedicate to new Attack on Titan videos. Yeah, so I originally wanted to do a bunch of short little historical footage clips, but yeah, it's not really looking like that's going to be the way it goes right now. Oh yeah, I love Half-Life, so yeah, definitely those siren sounds, or the radio sounds, didn't actually originate from Half-Life 2. They were samples coming from, I forget the name of the creator, but it's part of a little collection called Ghost in the Machine. So, yeah, but yeah, huge Half-Life fan. And originally via Portal, because that was like one of my first actual like story-centric games that I've played. When I was like, what, 7? Wow, my hair. I'm sorry for getting distracted about it, but God. The one time I decide to go live, my hair just completely... Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, my hair just falls apart. Yeah, Half-Life Alyx is my favorite game of the whole time. I mean, it's not the most replayable, but it's just so immersive. Cyberpunk is... I mean, I can't hate it. It's definitely in my realm of aesthetic, but I prefer things that are a little bit more like clean and I like the cyber element, but not the punk element. That's how I'll put it. I've been into 3D Blender for 1 year, and I guess that's really it, because I did technically use I did use Element 3D for a bit before that, but I wouldn't really call that full-on 3D production. I mean, any feeling is an emotion technically. So yeah, I was I was playing Half-Life Alyx. I finished it at like 2 in the morning because I just was trying to play through the whole thing. Like starting from, like I was playing for like 5 hours in the stretch when I finished the game. So it was like 2 in the morning and I played the ending bit. And God, wow. It was, wasn't emotional as in I was like shedding, well, maybe I was shedding tears because it was so beautiful, but it was just very surreal. It was amazing. I don't think I'll ever experience, well, I hope I will, but I'm not sure I will ever experience something so great, ever, in the same way. If you have a VR headset and you haven't played Half-Life Alyx, maybe you can't due to hardware restrictions, but if you can, I implore you to get it immediately. Of course, maybe. I guess that's built on me being a Half-Life fan for a while, so everything new for the first time in like, what, 13 plus years. It was great. But if you never played the Half-Life games before, it's still amazing, but it sort of relies on pre-existing context. Okay. Favorite movie? Said it before, but Nightcrawler, 2014. I don't watch enough shows, but my favorite one is definitely Breaking Bad. Devs, which is a obscure series that came out last year. Yeah, Devs is... I like parts of it. I didn't like the main character, but if you like hard sci-fi, I recommend it, definitely. Yeah, I don't watch enough shows. I'm gonna watch Dark next. Yeah, that's all I can think of really right now. I was originally gonna plan on doing the Attack on Liberio, Declaration of War bit, but oh boy, crowd simulations are... I was saying I hate hair simulations. Like, I did the whole crowd simulation when the Titans are stomping everyone off the edge of the earth, pretty much, but they're really small, and none of them were animated, really, other than just sliding around on the floor. But I couldn't make a detailed crowd simulation where everyone's up in front of the camera, so unfortunately I won't be able to do that one. Well, I feel tired when I've been working for like 16 hours. But generally, yeah, after, like, I'm hitting a patch of burnout right now, but it's not really, I expected it, and yeah, whenever I finish a project, I usually feel a fair bit of burnout for like maybe half a week to a week. And then I get back to work as soon as it passes. Okay, I started learning animation, I guess we're gonna call Blender animation, a little over a year ago. I first started, I downloaded it for the first time last February, I think, but only really started using it like a year ago last month. I have not read Berserk. I've heard good things about it, but I don't have a ton of time to watch, read, play, new series or anything like that, so I've got a big backlog of shows and stuff to watch. Favorite sci-fi world? The Half-Life world I enjoy. The Half-Life Portal world. Aperture Science is probably my favorite setting in a game. I don't know why. Maybe because I found out, like, I first played it when I was so young, but it's sort of like gotten stuck in my psyche over the years. So the most common place for me to go in my dreams, like about 40% of the time, I'm in Aperture, and it's all abandoned, and it's dark, and it's scary, and like I hear Ratman screaming in the distance or something, and it's scary. It should be scary, but for some reason, dreams are weird. Like, you can have something really scary, but because it's a dream, not a nightmare, it feels totally fine. But then something can be totally tame, and then because your brain decides it's a nightmare, everything is scary. So, yeah, for some reason, Aperture is sort of deeply embedded in my psyche. I live in California. Controversial place, I know. But yeah, I live not too far from San Francisco. I've never watched Ben 10 or anything, so I can't really speak to that, but maybe I would be, I don't know. I do acting, but only when I have to. I think I've done acting for like 8 years, outside of YouTube stuff, but it's not really my calling, but I can do it if I want to. Okay, sure, we're married now. Yeah, like I've said before, I'm gonna do a second channel most likely at some point. I don't have a lot of time, so I try to maximize my time as best I can, but I will probably do I'll probably create a second channel sometime in the near future where I will upload. Actually, wait. Yeah, I've deleted a lot of source files from my original projects, so I can't really give too much insight into the videos I've already made. But going forward, I can probably share my process on what I haven't yet made. So. Oh, wait. Again, the chat is hiding like half the messages. No, I do not have a Discord. I would make one, but I'm not active enough on there for it. No, I have not. I don't think I made... Did I make any of the clothes? I kit bashed stuff together, but I didn't really, no, I didn't make any of the clothes. Completely by myself. Haven't watched Invincible, but it's next on my list. Well, actually, it's second to next on my list. No. 2D art is great, but I am not. No, it's not for me. I can't draw a person for. Like, if you held me at gunpoint, I could still not draw a person. I am miserable when it comes to that. So yeah, 2D art is not my forte. I couldn't put it in hours, but in days, usually a single video takes. Well, let me think. If I was just working on a project for a solid chunk of time, not eating, sleeping, doing anything else, it would probably take, let's say the most recent video, well, there's render time, so a lot of the time is spent just waiting for my computer to finish rendering. But total, I would say it's like 25 days from start to finish. Or maybe, if I was only working on it and I didn't have to worry about render time, it would probably be about a little over a week. because the first two, the original Paths animation I did, that only took a week, and the first historical footage video I did was only a week. And actually, the Depths of Despair video was only a week, so it's really only the most recent one and the ending animation, which took like a month. Yeah, the Titans follow human animations from Mixamo. Yeah, I would do some. I've wanted to do time lapses of my work, but this ties into this message as well. I'm doing my work at the same time as school because I'm still working from home due to COVID and everything. Speaking of which, I just got my shot like an hour ago, first one. I guess it would be more than an hour ago now, but yeah, I've got like the Zoom thing going in the corner of the screen, and then I'm in Blender. I'm balancing it though. Yeah, so making sure everything is checked out in school before I do my other work because I care about my grades. But yeah, I don't get a lot of homework, so I'm able to balance it pretty well. Yeah, some people have gone back, but I've opted to stay home because it benefits my my workflow better. Am I sad the majority of my fans only watch me because of Attack on Titan? I'm not sad. It's completely understandable. I mean, ideally, anyone who's making content like this would love a fan base who is just dedicated to their original content, but that's obviously a little bit too much to ask for. So, I hope people won't turn on me as soon as I stop making Attack on Titan stuff, but those who do, and that's for the best because if they don't care about it, then why stay around? But yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah, that sounds good, yeah. Visit the paths. Okay, well there keeps being people asking how old I am, so I hope it seems like people are good at responding, but I am 15. Can someone else just, I'll assign someone else to, anyone, if someone asks, just tell them I'm 15. I've actually... No, yeah, I've rewatched later bits of Attack on Titan, but I haven't rewatched the initial 2 seasons for a while. To animate the 2 minutes of the most recent video was about a month. Yeah, I feel like it won't bring back the amount of views that I've been getting from the Attack on Titan stuff, but I hope this has been able to kickstart my career in a positive way. Other hobbies. I feel like I don't know if I would even... I don't know if I would define this as a hobby, because it's really what I want to make into my career, so I think I could just call it my career. Oh yeah, I'm standing. I have a standing desk, so I try to stand whenever I can. Let me think. Yeah, I mainly just put all my effort and time into making videos, but rather I do all of it. Like, I try to spend time on cinematography, directing, writing, acting when I have to. visual effects, of course, and music for scoring. So that's most of it. Okay, I'm not an expert on my PC, so forgive me for sounding like an amateur with this stuff, but I have an RTX 2060 for my GPU. I know that. I don't know what my CPU is. I don't know how my CPU... yeah, I don't know anything about my CPU. So that probably says a lot about me and how I work, but... yeah, all I can tell you is my GPU statistics. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I've still got like a year and a half before I have to go off to potentially college. I don't want to. I don't think most people... Well, the experience would be enjoyable, I'm sure, but I feel like I could, with a bit more refinement, be hired or be hireable straight out of high school. But yeah, it's hard to say, because the film industry, I'm not sure how they really care about college degrees, but if I don't need one, that would be great. But I know getting connections is one of the main reasons you would go, so I'm trying to figure it out. Top 3 composers. Okay. Oh, that's a tough one. Whew. That is a tough one. Oh, man. So many good ones. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. Okay. Oh, Dave Porter. Dave Porter is one of my favorites. He does the soundtrack of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's definitely one of my favorites. Okay. Oh yeah, the ODM gear. When it comes to 3D animation, it doesn't transfer the best, because the motions that they're performing in the anime and manga don't really transfer to real life, and that's why I've never really been a fan of the 3D maneuvering gear, and particularly Levi's use of it. Everyone loves Levi, and I can see why. And he's fine as a character, but I just don't like how overpowered he is. This is how I feel about any overpowered character, really. I just feel like whenever he approaches a scene, all the tension goes away, because he of course he's not going to die right now. I mean, there's been points where it seems like he could, but he moves faster than like the speed of sound. I mean, it's just not really believable. So I lose immersion whenever Levi comes on screen to fight, personally. But oh no, not the Force. Okay, let me think. Yeah, I like series. I liked. There's elements of Attack on Titan that are believable. Of course, giant Titan people are not, like, that's not actually happening in our real world. But the way it sets it up with there being a parasite which fulfills the instinctual desire of another creature to manifest these big flesh mechs. That makes, like, it doesn't logically, scientifically make sense in our world, but it has a cause and effect. But there's some things that just don't really get explained, which are more artistic, like Levi zooming around. Like that's more of an artistic take on it, which that's fine, but I prefer things that generally keep to reality as much as possible, while also doing crazy, like if you can justify logically these big, almost impossible things, then I really like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say this again to everyone. I don't really have the time right now to be doing more Attack on Titan animations until at least the anime resumes. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break because I am working on a feature-length film right now. For those of you who haven't been here for this, so I'm really excited about that. So stand by for a little period of time. I can't guarantee how long. But yeah, look forward to that. Yep, Yelena, best character, and I will fight anyone who challenges that view. Personally. I didn't really have a full-on expectation for how it was going to end. Yeah, I was just sort of waiting to see what he did with it. I didn't really take the time to come up with a full theory for it. No, I am not in Town USA. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I promise I'm not in Town USA. I mean, I've watched other animes, but I wouldn't consider myself an anime fan. I'm an enjoyer of all media. If it's anime, great, but for me, the story always comes first before anything else. So I don't really care about what medium it is. Generally, the way I judge anime is if the story would still work in a live-action format with a little bit of tweaking, then generally I like it. And I feel like, for the most part, other than like some of the 3D maneuvering gear scenes, Attack on Titan does work in a live-action format. But others like JoJo or whatever, like there's so much there that just wouldn't hold up in a live-action. So that's generally how I judge it. Let me think. No, I have not watched My Hero. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the popular animes other than Attack on... I mean, I've watched some of them. Code Geass was... Actually, Attack on Titan was the first one I ever watched. Then Code Geass, then Death Note, and then a bunch of other ones. But, like, more short series, like, how do you pronounce it? Inuyashiki? I butcher all of the names, so I'm sorry, but the one where the old man and the psychotic teenager get turned into robots by aliens and then battle it out in Japan. I like that one quite a bit. Sus? Sus. No way. The baby Sussy? Yeah, that's what it's called. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Or I don't feel confident pronouncing it when this is going to be recorded. I think the ending of Attack on Titan would be hard to get right anyway, like no matter how you do it. So I didn't personally love it, but it's yeah, it's clearly controversial, as everyone knows. Yeah, I don't really have a definitive opinion on it. I didn't love it, but it was whatever. It was fine, in my opinion. It was... I guess I'm saying it's fine because I felt like the chapters leading up to it sort of lowered my expectations a little bit. And then by the time the last chapter came out with all the I was reading all the leaks, and probably not something I should have done if I wanted to care about the story, but I had to be doing that so I could get I was working on the ending animation at the time, so I wanted to get all that information so I could animate and get it out as soon as the chapter officially released. So I read all the leak stuff, but then I didn't think it was real, because it just didn't, the way it was being presented just didn't seem realistic. Or like, it didn't seem like it would work, but it ended up being correct. So I just sort of feel, it's whatever. So, pause for one moment. I will be right back. Again, another momentary break. I can go reset my lights now. Okay, so we got the blue light going. That's about it for now. The red one is still charging. Oh, and I can't get past the wall of wires that I have created, so that's amazing. I'm probably gonna like knock over the camera or something trying to get through here. We good? Yeah, I think we're good. Alright. And there. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the brief pauses. What is the OST right now? Oh yeah, it's a mashup of, God, what's the name of the song? It's a mashup by High Five by Home and a song from the Half-Life soundtrack. I can't remember the name. It's the, what's the name? Tracking Device, I think. Pretty sure. Can anyone correct me on that? Pretty sure it's Tracking Device. Alright. Oh, well, the camera shoots 2K, but it's probably the YouTube compression. I'm not sure. Is there like a setting to make it go higher than that? Quick question. Do you hear any background noise right now? Like, can you guys... Because there's some noise and I can't... Okay, good. Yeah, I got a new microphone and I think it's doing a good job filtering it all out. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, whatever. I think it's done now. Alright. Okay, so... I feel like a lot of the main questions have been asked, but I just enjoy standing here talking to people, because it's fun. I don't know. I've never really, the Attack on Titan trios, I've never really... Wait, what's the third one? There's Berthel, Annie and Reiner, Aaron, Armin. Oh, I'm assuming it's, no, who's, EHL? Drawing a blank. Yeah, I'm not sure, I'm not remembering. Yeah, I've never really... No, I don't hate Gabby. Oh, Connie, Sasha, John. No, but... oh, Erwin, Hanji, Levi. Yeah, I guess I would have to go with Erwin, Hanji, Levi then. Really, it's Erwin making that difference. I'm sorry, I have to do with audio. Sorry about that. Alright, now we're back. Why is everyone asking about Ratatouille? Yes, I've seen Ratatouille, not recently. Alright. Yeah, I'm not really planning on doing any other anime animations in the foreseeable future. I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but right now I'm not directly planning anything. For those who are coming in now, or haven't been here the whole time, I am working on a feature-length film, so I sort of have to drop some of the shorter YouTube content for a little while and focus on my own project, which will be out, which I will post on the channel in segments once it's actually publishable. That'll be a little ways away, but I think you guys, well, I hope you guys will like it, because I am putting a hell of a lot of effort into it. So, hope it pays off. Yeah, I might make a historical footage. I might make a second channel where I post like behind the scenes content and whatnot. Although I won't be able to do behind the scenes for videos I've already made, since all this footage takes up a lot of space on my hard drive, and I move it all onto external hard drives when I'm done, but the source, like Blender projects, that all gets deleted when I'm done, so I don't really have a lot to show you behind the scenes. All I really have is like the original, wait, yeah, no, yeah, I don't really have anything to show in the terms of behind the scenes, so that's unfortunate, but yeah, going forward I'll probably create some behind the scenes stuff to compile at some point. Sorry, I'm looking over here the whole time, not looking at the camera. I've got the chat over here. Let's see. Oh yeah, Baron. Where's that name coming from? Because people keep referring to that as... Sorry. People keep referring to the leaked, like, whatever, the new panels or whatever as Baron, or what is that? Oh, wait, sorry, I'm not... Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that like an official title for something, or... Okay. Okay, so that's what I was just thinking right then. Alright, it's taking that, just adding a B to the beginning of the name as a reboot. Alright, yeah, I got it. Yeah, really, in the world of Attack on Titan, I'm only in it for the world building, and Yelena. But I'm pretty sure things don't go well for her at the end of the story, so, oh well. Yeah, because she probably makes it back to land if she hasn't killed herself, but, which I feel like there's a fair chance she might have done. But, because we see Lady... Ackerman Lady. Again, I don't want to mispronounce names, and I can't remember it right now. She's back at the end when you see Historia standing on the docks in the last chapter, so we have to assume that they were found at the end, or made it back to land. So Yelena was in the boat with her, but she betrayed both Marley and Eldia, so no one is really looking too kindly upon her, and everything she cared about was pretty much destroyed, so I can't really see a bright future for her. Wish we did get a little bit of closure there, though, considering they are my favorite character. But whatever. Yeah, I think there are definitely plot holes in Attack on Titan. I didn't feel like there were a lot until the last little section. I'm 05. Yeah, the main one that comes to mind is the Parasite just disappearing. There's a lot at the end. Or I wouldn't know... I'm not sure if you would consider these plot holes or just kind of sloppy writing. But definitely there's a lot that sort of falls apart at the end. So, yeah. It's a... It's complicated at the end. Prior to the last few chapters and Battle of Heaven and Earth, I would give it a 8 out of 10. Afterwards, I would give it like a 8.5 out of 10 maybe, and then after the ending is all said and done, I would give it a 7 out of 10 total. But there's segments here and there that maybe would be worth a 10. I don't think any of it is a 10 out of 10, but I think the closest it could get is like a 9 out of 10. From me, at least. It's completely subjective. Oh yeah, the Levi versus Kenny animation. That's a classic piece of animation. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. It's great. I said it before, but with how I started the Attack on Titan historical footage, I was working on a school assignment. You know, it was in history, and I was going through like old trench footage, and I was just thinking like, I was into Attack on Titan quite a bit at the time. This was only a few months ago, but this was when I was probably the most into Attack on Titan. I had been listening to, again, I don't want to mispronounce the name, so forgive me, Yuguri no Tori, or however you pronounce it, the Season 2 ending song. I decided to play that over, mute the video I was watching, and just play it over all the old found historical footage, and I was thinking, like, it fits the tone of Attack on Titan quite well, and I was thinking, what if I injected a bunch of CG Titan shots and blended it in with the same filtering, and then that's pretty much it. I did it the next day. So that's how it came about while I was doing homework, or not doing homework, I guess. Let me see how many people are still here, because I have been going for how long? 1 hour? No, 2 hours, 22 minutes. Wow, and we've got 85 people, which is still surprising. Not sure how accurate that number is, though. Keeps fluctuating. Yeah, I like to keep Code Geass's ending. Yeah, there was parts of the ending that I thought were fine, but there were other parts that I really was not a fan of. So, it's a mix. I think I'm done talking about the ending for the stream. Film genre, sci-fi, I said this earlier, but not like spacey sci-fi, like hard sci-fi that's based in like our reality. It's getting dark again. Okay, hold on, bear with me here. Oh wow, this light's almost dead. Man, I gotta use sunlight again, that's terrible. God, who likes sunlight, right? Yeah, I guess I don't love stuff too specifically based on genre, but really if it starts off in a place that's like basically our world, Attack on Titan doesn't follow this, but if it starts off in like our modern day world, and then something like, as long as the story follows a character who I can find relatable in like the world that we live in, and then it deviates into something more crazy or unbelievable, then usually I like that. Like let me think. Like it needs to have a starting place for me to get immersed in. I can't really jump into a series with a character. Like that's why I love Nolan's films, in that they're conceptually beautiful and visually and auditorially beautiful. But I find that most of the characters are like, they're really into whatever scientific and military profession they're in, and they don't give any time to, like, you don't get to know them at all, and you don't really get a feel of the world they're living in, so they feel kind of alien. Yeah, I'm not a fantasy fan, sorry to say. And it just sort of gets more and more hectic as the story goes on. But something like, let's say, Breaking Bad, which isn't the best example, admittedly, because it stays pretty realistic throughout the whole thing. It starts off with a character living they're following all the laws. They are basically a person you could meet in your own. Walter White is basically a character you could see in your own everyday life. But then you follow him, like if you were to jump to the very end of the series, which I won't really talk about, because in case anyone hasn't already seen it and haven't been spoiled, I recommend you watch it immediately before you do get it spoiled for yourself. Because it is just, I can't really come up with any negative criticism for it. Yeah, if you were to jump straight into the end, I would, like, you just don't have any reason to care about the characters, because it just feels so, you don't have the context of the original conditions. So, I'm not sure if I explained that very well, but yeah, I don't really have a specific genre I love. But of course I cater to sci-fi. Oh yeah, great! Yeah, I've watched Breaking Bad 3 times in the past year, so... Alright, adios. Alright, Alright, it looks like... Oh, my camera's gonna be dead soon anyway. I guess the stream is mostly winding down. Alright, so I think this is mostly it. Anything? So if you want to get any other quick questions in or say anything, because now would be the time before the camera dies, and I have to say farewell. I might do another one of these sometime soon, because it's just fun to get to know you. Or I'm getting to know some people, but it's just fun interacting. The final song in the Animated Paths video is Aaron the Coordinate. Alright, yeah, so in case you don't happen to like, I'm not sure if I'll make a channel for my older videos. I think maybe they should be buried. It's just my personal take. Yeah, I have a younger brother. That's it. I don't know what haircut I have, but today it's just not obeying me at all. But whatever. Answer last questions. 15. Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah, thanks for sticking around for as long as some of you did. I really appreciate all the support. Later. Oh yeah, and in case you didn't hear me earlier, I won't be doing a lot. I'm gonna probably disappear for a little while. Like, maybe not completely disappear. Oh, definitely not completely disappear. I'm gonna try to be as active as I can, but I also have to be spending a lot of time screenwriting, which is... I can do it, but I'm slow. So it's going to take a fair bit of time to finish up my screenplay for my film I'm working on, and then shooting will begin later this year, and then I hope to start updating you guys on that, because I may or may not set up a GoFundMe later once the screenplay is completed and all the costs have been evaluated, because it will... I think I can probably make it with a lot of what I already have, but I'll have to address it then, but hopefully crowdfunding might be able to cover whatever costs I might need to fulfill via actors or equipment, or it'll probably be mainly for hardware capabilities, because most of the footage will be shot in either 6 or 4K, depending on the VFX shots will be shot all in 6K. And my computer doesn't exactly enjoy working with 6K without like bursting into flames. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Hope you all stick around for as long as you want. And yeah, see you guys.